the very first NextGen game. So it's the first actual NextGen franchise that was built around the opportunities that we have in terms of delivering new gameplay, having new kinds of game experiences on the NextGen hardware. And I think that everyone's been waiting for it, and that's why they're so excited. So in Assassin's Creed, you play Altaïr, a master assassin, and you're sent on a mission to track down and assassinate key guys who are causing the Third Crusade. So the concept overall, it's based on it's historically accurate, and it's based on the concept that, you know, the people profiting from this are the crooked people in power, and really the population is suffering, and you're sent out to end the Third Crusade by taking these guys out. But as you kill the guys, you actually uncover that something else is going on, and that they're all linked in some way, and a conspiracy reveals itself to you. Well, we chose the Third Crusade as a setting for this game because of gameplay, actually. Not only because of it's historically interesting, but really because it's a great opportunity for action games to take place in. It's huge medieval warfare, hundreds of people on screen, narrow streets, and really it matches what we want to deliver in terms of gameplay really well. We want to deliver crowd gameplay, and we want to deliver that in a small setting. We want to deliver also full freedom in a city, and the narrow medieval streets are perfect for the way our character moves and does free running and goes everywhere. So really it was a setting that was interesting not only historically but actually from a gameplay perspective. So we've been working on Assassin's Creed for almost 3 years now, and it's actually an all-star and big team because we're not only developing this game, which is really pushing innovative gameplay, and that requires a lot of iteration to get new mechanics right, but also we created a brand new engine and brand new tools that are really proprietary to Ubisoft and made for NextGen. So we have these huge expansive environments, cities you know, that are based on the actual size of Jerusalem, Damascus, and Acre. We have 3 huge cities, and you can actually go anywhere. So you can climb the top of any building, and as far as you can see, if you want to go over there and climb that building, it's all interactive. And to deliver that kind of experience, you have to develop your own tools. So it's been really a huge creative effort and a huge technology effort. So Assassin's Creed is the baby of Patrice Désilets, who is our creative director, but there is also a core team that really helped evolve all of the ideas. A book called Alamut, which is based on the assassins and their actual history. They came to be in the Third Crusade. In 1191 is when we started to see them taking part in history, and it was based on that actual historical story of the assassins. And Patrice was like, wow, I just want to be an assassin and live out this experience of being in a third party kind of in the Third Crusade where you're not part of either side. And of course, everyone from the team contribute a bit. Someone's really into free running as a sport, and we added that in. Someone's really into sports games, and we really modeled the interaction with the crowd on like a football game so that you feel the tactile physics of pushing people over and stuff. And all of that came to gel together into what I think will be a pretty epic experience. So nothing is true, everything is permitted was the actual assassin's motto, according to Marco Polo. So I don't know if anyone is familiar with this, but Marco Polo apparently wrote a book, and he apparently during his travels ran into the assassins, and this is what he reported was their motto. And that's the Assassin's Creed, so that's where the title comes from. And really it's the core of kind of what we're playing with this in the game as a meaning, which is, you know, what is true, what's permitted. It's playing with that whole concept, and also which matches well in a video game where nothing is really true and everything is permitted. So in Assassin's Creed, we've actually taken historical documents of the Holy Land at the time, and we've recreated everything as is, the actual size of the cities, the actual land in between, which you can travel on horseback. And yes, you explore and go wherever you want. You do have certain missions because it's not a sandbox game in the sense of GTA or other well-known sandbox games that the missions are very light. It's really story-driven and has a rich, important story. But how you complete your missions, in which order, and if you want to do investigation first or your assassinations first, that's up to you, but you do have to uncover the story and live through the experiences that Altaïr lived through as an assassin. So we've developed a feature that we refer to as social stealth. It's the concept that you are hidden when you're doing things that are socially acceptable and not attracting attention to yourself, but you're not hidden and therefore target or recognize when you're doing things like climbing walls or pushing people over or obviously beating people up, that draws some attention. And so we play with this whole idea that the crowd is kind of filled with consequences. It has gameplay. They can just, if you create a panic, they go off in chaos, and they become dynamic obstacles that you have to push through and around. If you're doing something where you're trying to creep around and sneak up on someone, and people know that there's an assassin in town, like at the end of the game, and you do something unexpected, like climb up a wall, people will point you out, and that will let the guards or whoever know that you're coming. So we play with the crowd as a gameplay ingredient, not just as window dressing. We modeled all of the actions the assassin does on parkour because it also lends interesting gameplay. It means that you own not only the street level that's dominated by the crowd as an obstacle, but you can really own the rooftops, and that's the way that you can get speed and really climb across the city. So your whole city, just like for parkour guys, becomes your playground. Altaïr, we really wanted to turn into a hero. Not, an assassin on his own is pretty cool anyways, but we wanted to really make a unique character. And Altaïr means the flyer, and that was basically, a bird of prey was basically the inspiration for him. So he kind of scopes out his territory, picks the key moment, and zooms in and kills and gets out. So our gameplay, part of the thing that's really innovative, is the game isn't over and the mission isn't accomplished once you just complete your assassination. There's a whole third part of the gameplay that involves the escape and the chase. And we modeled his movements, the flaps, the outfit he wears, the way his shadow is cast, all on the idea of this bird of prey.